NBA Straya. How are you going? Hey, Gownie, you're right. You should be. Unless you're a Boston Celtics fan. Oh, geez. It is Thursday, July 2nd. I'm your host, James Clements. This is NBA Straya. And Jaylen Brown is a Philadelphia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixer. Oh, Lord.
What was that?
What was that?
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? Unbelievable gear. We're going to break down this insane trade. And because, look, we weren't going to do a show today, but this basically should give you a bit of a setup for Friday. Some more stuff will go down overnight. But we've got a lot to get through because there's a lot of Lakers stuff in there. There was the Jaylen Brown trade. Got a nice Dallas pickup. Got some really good yeah-nahs from some listeners as well. So I figured, look, we'll jump on. We'll talk out the JB stuff. We'll talk about the reconfigured East and a bunch of other things. And then we'll do another short one again tomorrow. So, you know, basically we're just going to cover all quarters here on NBA Australia. That's what we do. So it should be good. So without further ado, let's get into it. I think it's episode 1426 of NBA Australia. Let's can't believe they traded him to the Sixers. Go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Australia.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Well, you better watch out for the attack or something if you're a Boston fan. Because, wow. You better watch out for the, analytics attack, I guess, if you're Brad Stevens. And you might have just, the entire Celtics organization may have, full-blown gone down the rabbit hole and they're not getting back. We got some fun, weird quotes today that they viewed that Derek White had a better season than Jaylen Brown last year, while Derek White played like absolute dog shit all season. Just amazing gear. But really, you just got to watch out for that Shams attack if you're a Celtics fan today, because once that hit, the timeline, she was, oh boy, it was a mess. So let's get into it, I guess. We'll start with the daily whip around. So the Squid and I, so yesterday, we hung out. We're all good. This morning, the JB stuff, as, you wake up and you're like, oh, God. Warm yourself into the day. I've got both the Squids. The youngest one's got to go to daycare. And I'm frantically typing out some stuff, trying to get some other stuff done. And the oldest one's like, so what happened, Dad? And I'm like, well, Jaylen Brown got traded to Philly. And he's like, is that bad? I'm like, well, yes and no. Yes, if you're a Boston Celtics fan. No, if you're a Sixers fan. He's like, why is that? Well, I'm like, well, look, first off, people don't usually trade their stars to, even conference rivals, usually, unless they get a really good offer, and then they just go, whatever, it's all good. They very, very rarely tend to trade them within a division. Especially into the midst of a heated rivalry. But here we go. And he's like, but Dad, isn't Paul George good? I'm like, well, he was. Now, not so much, right? So, anyway, it was a pretty fun morning hanging out with him. We had to go do run some errands. Then it's bucketing down. We did the AFL Supercoach show. He's been happy. We did some Lego. For my birthday, I got the giant Lego Soundwave, the Transformer, right? The guy who turns into what is he? He's a Walkman, right? Or is he a little boombox? The Autobot one was a boombox. I think Soundwave's a boombox as well. Anyway, it's the one that you got the cassettes of Laserbeak and Ravage and stuff. And so I set him to work, basically building that, just to keep him occupied. He loves his Lego, so do I, obviously. And off he goes. We did a bit of that. And I'm like, all right, I've got to do a bit of work, tape the AFL show, do the Lego. We watched the second half of the original Transformers movie. Not the cartoon one, but the first Michael Bay one, the live action one. I'm like, we've just got to watch the original, like, spoiler alert, the 1986 Transformers movie where Optimus dies. I'm like, is he ready for this? He's 7. Jesus. Anyway, but all this is all going on, and I'm like, I'm just working through all the Lakers stuff, all the Jaylen Brown stuff. And I'm like, I'm just going to go do a show. I just need to yap about this because it is absolutely chaotic, right? So, well, the daily whip around, you know, we've spent the day hanging out. It's been very good. Then it got wet and cold very quickly. But just to recap, the last week and a half has seen Giannis Antetokounmpo traded, Julius Randle traded, salary dumped, LaMelo traded to Minnesota, Ja Morant traded, LeBron going, yeah, thanks for everything, LA, I'm out. He's gone from the Lakers. We get the decision 2.0. Kawhi gets traded to Toronto. And then Jaylen Brown bitches and moans his way from the Boston Celtics to the Philadelphia 76ers. And then the Lakers create the cream team. Like, they've just gone, let's get all the whitest dudes. And we'll start all white dudes. It'll be a thing. Trust us. It's getting weird. So let's start at the top. We've got the Walker Kessler stuff. We've got all the Lakers gear. We've got the Dallas, finagling. But the Jaylen Brown trade to the Philadelphia 76ers is so shockingly shit for the Boston Celtics that it boggles the fucking mind. Right? Oh, Lord. What do you mean, Jim? Well, you see, on one side, you've got a 29-year-old conference finals MVP, NBA champion. A do-everything stud in his absolute prime. On the other hand, you've got a 36-year-old cooked wing who hasn't been good for 4 years, and given the absolute opportunity, will shit down his pants in a big moment rather than go and win a conference finals or finals MVP, for instance. And when given his own teams to run, hasn't exactly taken them to the dizzying heights that Jaylen Brown did last year by getting his Celtics to a 2 seed. Paul George, yes, he was the best player on some very, very good Indiana Pacers teams. Checks notes 13 years ago. Fucking hell, that's a long time ago, isn't it? Decent, very, very good run. But wow, don't look at his advanced playoff stats and all that sort of stuff. But yes, he is already 36 as playoff P. And yeah. If you just sort of go back and think about the playoff P playoff picture as well, you're sort of sitting there going, oh God. But Jim, they got 2 firsts as well. Look, you get 1 first for taking Paul George's contract, which is one of the single worst in the NBA right now. You get 1 first for that. So really, you also get 1 first for trading Jaylen Brown, a top 15 player in the NBA. But surely Boston got something else, Jim. Nah. They got a 36-year-old Paul George, 1 pick swap, and an unprotected, 2031 pick. That's just, it's shocking. It's jaw-droppingly fucking horrible as a return. This is a bloke that you were like, Jaylen Brown 2 firsts for Giannis. Now it's like, give us 2 firsts for Jaylen Brown and we'll take Paul George. Whoa. Woof. Absolute fucking woof gear. So if you think about playoff P as well, it's not great. Let's just say, all right, let's put this in context. That's what we do here on NBA Straya, right? So, Jaylen Brown is a bit antsy. You've tried to trade him for Giannis. You've tried to trade him for Kevin Durant. You've tried to trade him for Paul George 10 years ago. Like, all these things have happened. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm Boston. We're all good. This year, leads the team to a 2 seed. Basically, they've gutted the team. No Jrue Holiday. No Zinger. Horford's gone as well. It's Jrue. Tatum's on the shelf with his Achilles. Jaylen Brown goes, check this out. I'll be one of the, 5, 6, 7 best players in the NBA this season. Fuck yeah. Then feels disrespected. Seemingly at no point do they go, righto, Jaylen. Look, you have to understand the Giannis thing. That's just what we're trying to do. We're just looking at some stuff. That's just, look, we're doing due diligence at this point. We made one offer. They rebuffed it. We didn't push it. I understand if you're upset. Here's Jason Tatum to, hang out and be cool. And here's Joey Muzz. He might put you in some sort of headlock, but, Jaylen, bro, we are still fucking. Nah, this has never happened. They're just like, fuck it. We'll continue on and trade you to Philadelphia because, whoa, man, we're very, very excited about this Paul George and 2 shit firsts return that we're getting. Because that's what it is. That's it. Paul George, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-rounders, and that is it. The first-round pick in 2028 is a very weird one. It's like a half swap, right? They get it or they swap with the Sixers. So they get Philly's pick if it lands between 1 to 8. If it's between 9 to 30, it goes from the Sixers. Boston get the most favorable of either their own pick, Boston, or the Clippers pick that Philly owns. And the worst one goes with the Sixers. So it's just a bit of a mess. But it's kind of a pick-ish, right? I guess if you hope that Philly just it all falls apart that year, in 2 years with VJ Edgecombe and Maxey and Embiid and Jaylen Brown and yeah, sure. And it's 1 to 8. Who knows? Boston get it. And then the unprotected in 2031. So that stinks. It stinks because you think about Paul George. They obviously, Boston then go to pick up Mitch Robinson from the Knicks at a pretty scarily priced deal for a bloke who doesn't seem to be healthy that often. But anyway, look, that's fine. But suddenly your Boston Celtics roster looks not as good as it did. Because you knew, I think this is the big thing that sticks in my craw. You knew if you had Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on your team, you could go to war against anybody from either conference, right? You can look at OKC and you go SGA, J-Dub, Chet. Look, we've got a defensive sort of center. We've got a couple of scorers off the bench. We've got some stuff, but we've got 2 wings that they're going to have their hands full defending, and we can also sort of depend on to defend and score, and we can have a crack. Same goes for San Antonio. We've got Derek White. We've got JB. We've got Tatum. Wemby's going to be a problem. We've just gotten carved up by Embiid, but look, hey, we've just gone and signed Mitch Robinson. Check this out. Look, right. These are the things. You think about the East, and this is literally what I said on yesterday's show. With the Raptors signing Kawhi, it became even more imperative, if you ask me, for the fucking Celtics to keep Jaylen Brown because of the scary mechanical man up there in Canada, who's now teamed up with Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. You need as many good wings who are young and not fucking cooked like Paul George. Oh, but we've got Hugo and Baylor Scheiman. They're compared to Jaylen Brown, they don't matter shit, right? Simple as that. Depth is fine. Doesn't fucking matter when you get to the playoffs and Joey Muzz is fucking starting Ron Harper Jr. But anyway, you've got obviously, you've got the Knicks, the NBA champions. You need 2 big wings at least to have a crack at OG and Bridges, let alone Jalen Brunson and fucking Cat. But if you've got Brown and Tatum, you're fine to a degree. You know that you can go to war with them. I understand that Brad Stevens was like, oh, no, I didn't like the way we played. There's no fucking excuse to go and throw away your fucking best player this year, you idiot. It's insane shit. Absolutely absurd gear to go and do that. Because now you're like, well, we've got Derek White, we've got Paul George, we've got Jason Tatum, we've got Mitch Robinson. And you're like, that team's going to get fucking... Tatum's still coming back from an Achilles, mate. Paul George is 420 years old. Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser. We've got Jordan Walsh. You got Namus Cater. Great. This screams 6 seed at best. Holy fuck. Well, they signed Mike Conley, Jim. Yeah, I don't care. This is Jaylen Brown, 29-year-old. Cool. If you think it's run its course, why this trade? And these are the two things that hang over me right now as well, right? Why this trade and why now? Oh, we might not have gotten 2 firsts and a player. Paul George is cooked. Like, more cooked than one of my old man snags, right? It's just, let's not pretend otherwise. For the last few years, he's just been shit. He's been essentially like the weird sort of skeletal version of Paul George. It's been weird. Like the Philly Paul George has been an out-and-out disaster. Clippers Paul George, last year as an All-Star when he was 33 was 2 years ago. Since then, he has played a total of 78 games for the Sixers. 78 total, right? You know what doesn't happen as you hit year 36 versus years 35, 34, 33? You don't play usually more games unless you're Grant Hill. But that's also mostly because I think he drank Sprite from memory. Yeah.
That's Grant Hill. Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
That's right. Grant Hill drank Sprite. Paul George might need to drink some more fucking Sprite. Because again, for the last 2 years, while he's been averaging a 16-4-5 and then a 17-4-5, he has shot 43.9% from the floor last year and 43% the year before on Philly, while playing a total of 78 games. Like, Jaylen Brown was a bucket. And this is the thing. NBA teams turn themselves inside out going, oh, we got Jason Tatum. If only we had another wing next to him that can play defense and shoot and play make a bit. That's Jaylen Brown. It's not Paul George in year fucking 36, mate. It's just not. The bloke's cooked. He'll have some moments. It'll be fine. He'll hit some shots. You're like, oh, Paul George is good. He's also 36, has been injury prone. There was like the 3-year run at the end of Indy and into OKC where he was all good. And he's averaging like 28, 6 and 8, and he came third in MVP, right? And you're like, that was awesome on OKC. Again, that was 8 years ago by the time this season starts. So, again, to go back to those two big questions, why this trade? Paul George, 2 firsts. One a bit of a shit one maybe. Another one, unprotected, 2031. And why now? Why on the second day of free agency, rather than seeing where the chips lie and seeing what's going on out there, why are you just like, oh God, we're going to trade him now. And just like losing your fucking shit. God, fuck, got to trade him. You didn't have to. There was nothing forcing your hand of doing the trade right now. You can do the trade at the end of July. You can do it in fucking October, heading into the season. You can just go, you know what you could have done the entire offseason? If you're Brad Stevens, you could have just blocked Jaylen Brown's number and just gone, I'm not going to answer. Joey Muzz, I'm going to need you to not answer the phone calls either. You need to block his number. Oh, bro, but I was going to fucking put him in a headlock. We're just going to sit there and watch the fucking town every day of the offseason, bro. No, Joe, look, I need you to just not talk to him. Because he doesn't control his own destiny. That's what the money's for. He's getting paid all the money. He can't force his way out. Yes, he can have a fucking sook. He can do a bit of a song and dance, whatever. The thing is, you still have his contract. You're paying him all this fucking money. Instead, you could have just like ridden it out and gone, right, we're heading into October. We've headed in. Maybe it's even fucking in August, and you just like let him stew in his own juices for a month, and you're like, look, we're really fucking sorry, Jaylen. Here's Jason Tatum. Here's Joey Muzz. Here's Brad Stevens. We're all going to hang out. We'll have a fucking dinner. We'll have a bunch of tins. Maybe you go down the coast. You just go, look, we'll get a helicopter. You can fucking come down. We'll smash some tins at this fucking beach house. It's summer. Let's have a fucking bit of a chill. You try to hash it out. If it doesn't work, you let it go for another month. You don't have to do this trade now. This shit fucking trade. You don't have to do it now. It makes zero fucking sense to me. It's incredible. It's insane. Oh, but you better the returns that only get worse based on fucking what? Right? There is a team that would go into October and go, I don't feel great about what we're doing. You can't tell me that Orlando, Detroit, Cleveland, New Orleans couldn't have beaten this deal. Like, it makes no sense to me where the other teams were as well. Because the Blazers, they've got 47 point guards now. You can't tell me that the Blazers, who also have a glut from memory of future draft picks, right? Coming up, I think they're just sort of sitting there going, yeah, we're okay. They've got, they've got an extra one or two. They've got like an extra Milwaukee one in 2028 as well. They've got an Orlando pick. They're fucking laughing, mate. Portland could just go, right, here's Scoot and Shaden and one pick for Jaylen Brown. That is a way better deal if you're Boston. Maybe Portland didn't want to do that, but at some point, maybe heading into, again, training camp in October, or September rather, they go, oh, yeah, right. The point guard thing. Fuck. We have 70 of them. Dame, are you going to play this year? He's like, yes, I'm Dame Lillard, Portland legend. Ja Morant, what about you? He's like, yeah, Nike's over there. They said I have to play or they'll break my legs. Scoot Henderson's like, remember me? I'm awesome. They're like, get out of here, you. And Drew Holiday's like, if anyone fucking says a word to me, I'll punch him in the nose. I'm a good guy, but you're pushing me too far. You're telling me that in October or September, Portland wouldn't go, fuck, we better give Brad Stevens a bit of a call and see if we can get Jaylen Brown. Because if we've got Ja, even if we want to give Ja to fucking Boston, I don't give a shit. But maybe Scoot, maybe something else, and one first. And you got a better return already, right? Simple as that. So, yeah, I guess where the fuck were the rest of the teams? Detroit, here's fighting Ron Holland. and two firsts. And we'll also, look, you can have my sweet baby Karis LeVert. Right? As long as we keep Cade, Orsar Thompson, and Jalen Duren, whatever else you want on our roster, it's fucking yours. And a couple of firsts. Fuck, 3 firsts. What do we care? Cleveland. They could have just gone Evan Mobley, Jaylen Brown. Boom. We've fixed our wing problem. We've kept Jared Allen. Boston have done it again. They've got the new KG. I just fucking think this is a horrible deal for Boston. An out-and-out rubbish rat shit deal that's fucked them. There is no way this team is getting by Philly, Toronto, New York, Orlando, Cleveland this year. Charlotte will fuck them up. Detroit. I haven't even said Detroit yet. Come on. As long as Jalen Duren comes back. So that's the Boston side. Jeez, Jim. It's been a bit one-sided. Yes, because on the other side, I mean, how many times can I say I fucking love this for Philly? I fucking love this for Philly. They lose Kelly Oubre. Oh, no. Whatever will we do? They get Jaylen Brown, who, remember how Philly fucked off Jimmy Butler at like the worst possible time? Tobias Harris over me. That sort of shit. Now they have this amazing array of talent that is like stratified, like age-wise, in a way that I actually kind of fucking love, where it's not all on one dude and it's a sort of a real good mix of youth, age, experience without the sort of weird problems that you might have had Like with Paul George, if he had have been healthy the entire time, sure, it might have worked out. But Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George were never healthy at the same time. What was the stat? They played 36 games together and they went 18-18 in those games. But now you have Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown. They picked up Dean Wade, don't forget. So you got another gun shooter around Joel Embiid. Suddenly you have a team that is not only maximized around Tyrese Maxey, it's maximized around Jaylen Brown. It's also really fucking maximized around Joel Embiid. You've suddenly got some cutters. You've got 4 fucking shooters in your starting lineup. You've got Phylon coming off the bench. You've got Dom Barlow. You've got Adam Boner. You do have some backup big worries, but you might get Andre Drummond back. Who knows? They signed Ariel Huck-Porty, Melbourne United legend. They've still got like Dalen Terry on this team. They have options. This is awesome. Seriously, to give up 2 picks and like a 400 million-year-old Paul George. Daryl Morey probably would have been asking for more and fuck this deal. Then you dude came in and went, check this out, for donk. I'm already fleecing Brad Stevens. I am a legend. So yeah, that was, I kind of like that. And Philly fans are beside themselves. Celtics fans are fucking sick to their stomach. I think it's hilarious. It's just it's just a really, really great move to give Embiid the shot that they needed. And Mike Gansey, the guy who came over from the Cavs, the one outstanding extra little bit here and here is that his brother's posting, remember how LeBron, just over here, just saying, LeBron. You had LeBron at the 4 on the cheap. Just let him have one more ride into the sunset. I fucking love that. So, yeah, I love it for the Sixers because, again, it means that all the heavy lifting that you expect of Joel Embiid every time he plays, Paul George was never able to carry that load in the 2 years he was in Philly. Embiid was so fucking good when he was with Simmons and Butler for the simple fact, like, he didn't have to do everything. Now he's got Maxey and he's got Jaylen Brown. You've got ascending VJ Edgecombe. You've got do everything Dean Wade, who the Cavs, it's funny how much they fucking love that guy, but still. Embiid is 32. So he's like a couple of years older than Jaylen Brown. But if you can get a half-decent backup to him, you're kind of just cruising along. Maybe you extend his like next 2-3 year window as like, hopefully he's just healthy for that time frame. That's kind of all you need. We saw it when they beat the shit out of Boston in that 7-game series. Boston blew a 3-1 lead to Philly, don't forget. Embiid goes ham. It sort of shows you what he can still do. This team just got exponentially better with the Wade and the Brown pickups. And if you can just like harness that Embiid every couple of days through a playoff run, suddenly you can actually see a world where it's like, oh shit, win a series. Give yourselves a bit of a rest like the Knicks did this year. Win another series. Suddenly you're in an Eastern Conference Finals. Like that's the sort of shit that they need to get Embiid on. If he comes into the season actually healthy for the fucking first time, it feels like forever, and can actually run through a regular season, getting some rest, not having to do everything, because you've suddenly got Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ. Just think about this from Jaylen Brown's perspective. He's just like, dude, I just spent the entire fucking season playing with Derek White, who couldn't hit a fucking shot to save his life. Sam Hauser, the whitest dude on the fucking planet. Some dude named Baylor Shireman. Some other guy named Hugo. Who didn't do fucking shit. Jordan Walsh, Ron Harper Jr., Namus Cater. We had Luka Garza play big minutes. Now he's sitting there going, I've got fucking Tyrese Maxey. I've got VJ Edgecombe. I've got Dean Wade. I've always just got a white shooter around me, apparently, if I'm Jaylen Brown. I've got Joel Embiid. He has got to be fucking stoked. Because again, I've always thought the weird thing about the Jaylen Brown situation about, I want to run my own team. it never felt like it was more about that insofar as like, just give me the respect I deserve. And this three-headed monster of Maxey, Brown, and Embiid, like, again, he doesn't have to do the whole fucking thing. But again, he doesn't have to, and that's a good thing. So I fucking love it. I think it's great for Philly. And I think the way that the East has just changed so dramatically right now, the Knicks are still the favorite. They're the champs. They deserve to be the favorite, and if you say otherwise, you're a fucking idiot, right? Very simple. But suddenly the Knicks at the top with the Raptors going, cool, here's Kawhi. We gave up Ingram and Grady Dick. Oh no. Right? The Raps won 46 games last year. You expect them to be improved. The Hawks, they expect to get a little bit better as well. They won 46 games this year. They sort of go into this with a couple of extra like bodies here and there. The Sixers win 45 games with an absolutely cooked Paul George, Embiid here and there. Maxey missing a bit of time as well, don't forget. The Celtics, who win 56 games with like patchwork fucking around Jaylen Brown. The Pistons go 60-22. The East is a fucking bloodbath all of a sudden, right? You got Charlotte ascending probably, maybe still, probably, hopefully that's what they'd be thinking. But still young. Got even younger with LaMelo piecing out. Orlando, new coach. Maybe they get better. Who knows? And again, that's another team where you're like, where the fuck were they? They're all out of like, you know, all the picks that they sent off in the Desmond Bain trade. But look, Franz Wagner, hello. Like, you can't tell me that Boston fans wouldn't have loved having Franz Wagner on their team. Why is that, Jim? I don't know. I'll give you two guesses. Miami got Giannis. Like, it is all going on. It is chaos. The East is nuts. Philly get Jaylen Brown for 2 shit picks and an old-ass Paul George. Well, I mean, look, not shit picks, 2031 unprotected. Who knows what the fuck happens with Philly, right? Maybe Jaylen Brown hates it there. Maybe VJ stalls out. Maybe Maxey is just Maxey by himself and Embiid never plays good again. But still, you're giving yourself a shot at the fucking title. This is beyond, I reckon, Philly's wildest dreams of what they could have gotten going into this offseason. So amazing work. As Jason S. pointed out, the ledge, Jason S. on Twitter, X, the everything app, it's all happening on X. The Brown-George trade is the AFL equivalent for your mob of trading Sam Walsh for Dangerfield, who's probably got 1 year left. Yeah, nah. Maybe. I reckon it's maybe even more like Sam Walsh for Lockie Neal. If we're going to go cross AFL pollination, or even like Riley Thilthorpe, maybe not even Thilthorpe. Maybe it's like what's another sort of really, really good, like maybe Thilthorpe for like Jack Gunston. But not even that. It's maybe, yeah, Thilthorpe for like Jezza Cameron. Yeah. Maybe Ben King for Jezza. That makes a bit more sense. It's rough as. It's just, yeah, it doesn't make much sense. Trading Harley Reid for Paddy Cripps. Maybe not quite the same sort of vibe because, yeah, Jaylen Brown still is 29 and like that next big contract will pay him like $70 million a year for however long you extend him for. But still, not my money. I couldn't give a shit. So Boston sort of getting out of that giant sort of overhanging fucking contract. But at the same time, what are you going to spend your money on? Like, this is the thing when it comes to like NBA teams. If you have 2 rolled gold, amazing, awesome, super duper star wings, you should be set. Right? You can sort of build out around that in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, Boston have fucked that. Gespo pointed out the Sonics have a better chance of the title now than Boston. Yep. And again, where the fuck were the other teams here? Like, does it just feel weird that Boston went, aha, Paul George and 2 firsts. That'll do me. It seems really fucking weird, right? You cannot tell me that New Orleans couldn't patch together something a little bit better than that. Detroit, Portland, Cleveland, fucking just Charlotte. I don't know, like fucking keep naming teams. They could have done better. It's amazing. Great job, Boston. Way to go. So how do you... I want to hear it from everybody else because obviously Celtics fans are fucking flummoxed, upset, shattered. It's hilarious. Sixers fans are over the moon going, I can't believe we fleeced them. That's fucking great. Not only do we beat them from 3-1 down in this fucking playoffs, we've just stolen this year's best player. Fuck yeah. It's amazing. So Boston on top of that. Let's go through some of the other moves today. Mitchell Robinson goes to Boston from the Knicks. 3 years, $47 million. That's a player option in the third year as well. Helps a lot of the ills that Boston had when they had Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Now, I don't know if he can cure all the ills of having a cooked-ass fucking Paul George out there with Jason Tatum. Oh, but Jim, you're forgetting Hugo and Bayless Showman. It's okay, guys. They got Mike Conley Jr. The husk of Mike Conley Jr. is now in Boston as well. Amazing. Amazing stuff. So I guess, look, it builds out this, it makes them way older, which is the weirdest part about all of this. When you trade a star like that, I don't know if you should be, like, getting that much older around a dude who just tore his Achilles. But yeah, bit weird. The other big one, Norm Powell. Norm does not go to Detroit. Where the fuck were Detroit today? It blows my mind. Norm Powell goes to Chicago on a 2-year, $45 million deal, which is roughly about where he was this season, past season. So seems fair. He is very good. And there you go. So what Detroit did do was go and sign John Collins to 3 years, $51 million. What the fuck is that?
This is disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. And I'm ticked off.
I mean, John Collins is fine. They also let Tobias Harris leave. He ends up on the Spurs on a 2-year, $31 million deal. So, yes, cheaper-ish, for Tobias Harris to go to the Spurs. It's like, all right, cool. It's $15.5 million a year. And Detroit are like, oh, God, I can't wait to pay more than that to get John Collins. That's insane. I'm not going to pretend like I know why the fuck they're doing that, but John Collins is younger, I guess. They haven't brought back Jalen Duren. They trade beef stew for nothing. What the fuck are Detroit doing? It is chaos there. Kelly Oubre goes to Indy, 2 years for $17 million. Marcus Smart, as predicted, goes to Houston. So that's all right. But I guess a 2 years, $13 million deal. So let's look at these ones. So Tobias Harris steps into the Spurs role that Keldon Johnson so willfully just shied away from, shall we say, in the playoffs. So, all right, if you need me to be out there, I will be, says Tobias Harris. That's okay. Reliable veteran. He's not adding that much more beef to what you're doing next to Wemby, which I would have liked to have seen, but he is a very solid veteran that you can play when you go, oh, right, we can't play Harrison Barnes, apparently. Fuck. So, yeah. So, Tobias Harris to the Spurs, I like that a lot. Very nice veteran addition for pretty decent money. John Collins to Detroit, I just, again, remain flummoxed by this one. Because the 3 years, $51 million is the combo of like Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Orsar Thompson, John Collins, it's a tall cocktail, or Ron Holland, whoever you want to have there. And Jalen Duren once you bring him back. All right. Okay. Is it a big upgrade over Tobias Harris, or does it feel like it's just sort of spinning the wheels? Why the fuck don't you just go and allocate a little bit more money to your man Norm Powell, bring back beef stew, have Duren? Like, who the fuck was clamoring to go and sign John Collins, a dude who's like, on the fucking scrap heap a couple of times already? It just doesn't make much sense. So Detroit, I remain unconvinced. I did love the Oubre to Indy because 2 years, $17 million is nothing, right? But Indy sort of needed that extra bit of scoring. It's the sort of big, it was like the hole that they sort of had last year with Benny Mathurin in the Zoobs deal. And now they go and get Oubre, who look, suddenly you've got Siakam, Oubre, Naismith, Jarris Walker, Obi Toppin in those sort of 3-4-5 sort of swings with Zoobs. I guess the only problem is they don't really have another big behind that. Jay Huff, I guess, is still there. So as long as Halliburton comes back, they're feeling pretty good about that. I like that for Indy. Yeah. And Marcus Smart on Houston, again, as I said, they're going to talk themselves into it and then realize halfway through the season, like, why are we relying on Marcus Smart? It'll be in a big spot and they're like, oh, God, it's the Marcus Smart moment where he just goes, I'm going to be Marcus Smart. And finally, Norm Powell at Chicago. I do like that a lot as well. Extra shot creator, shot maker for the young Bulls. So Giddey, Buzelis, Caleb Wilson, Nick Claxton, Colin Sexton goes off to I'll get to the Lakers in a second. I think it's good. It's a very solid pickup. Sort of helps if they can get their trajectory pointed in the right direction, right? That's all they kind of need right now is Chicago. And Norm Powell probably helps them out with that a little bit. Then the other ones, the big ones. Marvin Bagley to Denver. No. Yeah, Bags to Denver, that's fine. Back up big. That's actually a bit of extra beef for them. I don't mind it too much, but yeah, that guy kind of sucks. No, the Lakers did some work. That's right.
The Lakers stink!
They really, I love it. People fucking frothing. As soon as they get the LeBron news, oh yeah, he's not re-signing, sick. Bang, 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 bang. Check this out. And it's pretty whelming. So they sign and trade for Walker Kessler. A 4-year, $130 million contract for Walker Kessler. Geez, Jim, it seems a bit steep for a bloke who's never done shit. You're right, because it is. Remember Kessler played, 5 games last year? Was very good as a rookie when he averaged 9 and 8. Then he averaged 8 and 7.5. Then he was pretty good that next year, but he only played 58 games because he averaged 11 and 12. Yeah. And in the 5 games, that's it. That's literally it. He's played 201 games total in 4 years. Better give that guy 4 years, $130 million. And they gave up, first rounders as well in the fucking trade. That is crazy to me. That's a huge price to go get Walker Kessler, who hasn't done shit. And it's like one of those things you're like, wait a minute. Is this the Lakers' Jim McIlvaine moment? Because it kind of feels like it. It feels insane. This, the Jaylen Brown trade from Boston side is inexplicable. But, they did get 2 firsts back, I guess. The Jazz, however, turned Kessler and a crowded front court where they've already got Jaren Jackson Jr., Lowry, Nurk, who they brought back to. Getting 2 firsts out of fucking nowhere for a bloke that you didn't want to pay that much is massive. Absolutely bloody huge. So to give up 2 unprotected first-round picks to the Lakers in 2031 and 2033 and 2 first-round swaps for Walker Kessler is... Danny Ainge has just done it again. That's fucking incredible. That's more draft capital than Boston got for Jaylen Brown, than the Clippers got for Kawhi. I got more than the Hornets got for LaMelo. It's fucking nuts that they get 2 unprotected firsts and 2 swaps. I don't care about the fit with Luka. That's going to be, awesome. But we just don't, Walker Kessler is a giant fucking 7'3" question mark. What are we doing? He was good in, I guess, the bits that we saw. We just haven't seen that much. 4 years, $130 million, 2 unprotected firsts. Jesus. I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's certainly something the Lakers.
The Lakers stink!
They also went and got Sandro Mamishkavelli, 4 years, 52. Fucking hell, they're making it rain. Q Grimes, 4 years, $60 million. Woo, Lord. And then the sex man, Colin Sexton, 2 years, $19 million. So they've just opened up the fucking treasure trove, traded for Walker Kessler, the world's most unproven 4-year, $130 million man. They get Mamu. Yes, it's a solid move, but 4 years, 52 with 4 years, $60 million for Q Grimes? I feel like I've taken crazy pills. Sexton, 2 years, $19 million. That's solid backup, bench play, guard play, cool. So now you've got like the All Whites, the cream team, Luka, Reeves. You can put LaRavia out there as well, Mamu and Kessler, and just go the All Whites. But you think about that Lakers lineup. Yeah, it's deep-ish. Is it the ideal team to put around Luka though? And this is the entire fucking thing, I think, with any Luka's like situation. You have to be going, right, how do we maximize having, Luka? And it's big wings who can play defense and hit some threes and like a decent defensive center. You are putting all your chips in to the Walker Kessler pile and going, fuck, I hope this works out. I don't know if fuck, I hope this works out is really great strategy. It's funny, but I don't know if it's good. So now you got Luka, Reeves, LaRavia, Vando, Kessler, Sexton, Q Grimes, Mamu, DeAndre Ayton, and your very, very solid draft pick, Cameron Carr. But, wow. Better hope this fucking works, LA. I would tell you what. That's chaos. 2 swaps and 2 unprotected firsts for Walker Kessler. Like, you can see the potential of what he can do, right? Rebounding, blocking shots. That's his thing. He blocked 2.4 shots a game while he was averaging 11 points and 12 rebounds in 58 games 2 years ago. He is 24. So that's good. You got a good, young, talented, shot-blocking, rebounding center, in theory, who has played 201 games in 4 years. So, yeah. I'm not planning the parade just yet, Lakers fans. Santi Aldama was traded to Dallas as well for a first-round pick, protected 1-20. Very smart. That came from Golden State, as well as AJ Johnson. Love that for Dallas. Just look, it's sort of getting the wing, chunky wing depth, which I'm all here for, right? You've got Gafford, you've got Lively as your big men. Santi Aldama, perfect sort of backup swing big that you can also, when you got PJ and you got Najee Marshall, Cooper Flag, Kyrie, love it. They also just need a backup point guard. What are we doing? Love that for Santi Aldama and for Dallas. Mo Wagner, hello. And his big pumpkin head are going to Brooklyn. 2 years, $19 million. Sure. Brooklyn don't own their pick next year, so they're trying, I guess. D'Anthony Melton goes back to Golden State for 2 years, $11 million. Okay. Are they going to get LeBron? We don't know yet. Jackson Hayes goes to Utah as a bit of an extra, break in case of emergency backup big. 2 years, 12. Johnny Isaac doesn't have to leave. He's going back to the Magic on a 1-year deal after they waived him with their team option for his bigger contract. I'm assuming it's a lot smaller now. And the cool news is that Vooch is going back to the Magic. Yes, he looks a shell of himself, but I just really think he hated Boston and the extreme cold. Chicago's just as fucked, but yeah, I don't know. He just hated Boston because he was shit. So Vooch is back in the Magic. A couple of other little bits and bobs. The Kings signed their rookie Emmanuel Sharp to a 3-year, $6.3 million contract. Bogoljub Markovic is back in Milwaukee, 4 years, $9.3 million as well. A couple of those sort of like El Cheapo extendo years ones where you're just taking a flyer. Adam Flagler goes to the Sacramento Kings on 2-way. Willie Green is going to be seemingly Dallas's lead assistant for Dusty May, which is kind of neat. I guess that's pretty cool. And yeah, I reckon that's about it. All those Lakers moves, the Jaylen Brown trade, Santi Aldama. There was a lot going on today. And it's kind of why I wanted to do this show, which I like that it was a short show and I've already gone fucking close to an hour. And we're still going to do some yeah-nahs. So, I don't know. Out of all of those, it's fun that Q Grimes was on Dallas with Luka. Remember? And like, while Nico was fucking up with the Luka trade and sending him to LA, he also fucked off Q Grimes to Philly for like Caleb Martin. Nico's... Oh, man. If Pelinka wasn't out here getting fleeced by Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens wasn't out here getting fleeced by fucking Mike Gansey, I mean, you'd be looking at, you just want to just punch Nico in the head again, don't you? So still to figure out, what do we got? LeBron James, Jalen Duren. We still don't know what's going to happen with him overall. It's, I don't know. It just sort of seems like, well, with the Lakers signing your man's Kessler, the Pistons now have him over the barrel, right? And that's just like, all right, get a fucking like contract offer from somebody. We'll just match it, or we'll just pay you what we talked about earlier. And that's what they're going to do. Draymond, Kuminga, Anthony Simons, Brad Beal, Rui, Matisse Thybulle, Chris Middleton. Yeah, there's a couple of names still floating around, but we'll see what happens by tomorrow, and we'll do another show tomorrow evening to wrap it all up. So let's do some quick yeah-nahs brought to you by you. That's right, help support this show. I should play this song, shouldn't I? It's always a nice one. Let's do it. All right, they are brought to you by you. Join the Dead Set Legends Club by going to buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. It's where we do exclusive content, and it's very, very fun. Usually pretty silly, but it's awesome. Basically, it's you buying me a coffee, and then you get to join the cool club, and you get exclusive shit. So go do it. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. Right, yeah-nahs. Paul A. Yeah-nah, LeBron stays in LA. The Clippers have cap space now. Yeah-nah. Oh, God, that would be funny. If he left the Lakers to go join the rebuilding Clippers. He's like, I just fucking love Darius Garland. Yeah, it's just really cool. I've always wanted to play with Keaton Wagler. Clippers, look, it would be really funny if like Steve Ballmer and LeBron were just like, and Steve Ballmer's like, hey man, LeBron, you take a cheap deal. I've got this company. If you want to plant some trees, I can pay you a lot of money on the side. But yeah, I don't think LeBron's staying in the Clippers. Matty B, the irony of the Brown trade to Philly is gold. Yeah, nah, yes it is. It is just, it's like, it's not quite KD going to the Warriors after the Warriors beat them in 16. Yeah, they beat them in 16. KD joins them for the 17-18 fuck you tour. Not quite that, but a little bit. But I don't think Jaylen Brown had any hand in where he was going. That's the weird part. Boston are just fucked in their head. Yeah. Schnitzel, I love this one. He sent me this a little while ago. I missed it. It was on the IG. Hey, Jim, Schnitzel here. Got an extracurricular yeah-nah for you. Is the new Sublime album good? Yeah, nah, fuck yeah, it's great. Yeah, nah, yeah, I fucking love it. Because, A, it's like an old Sublime album. It sounds incredible. Jacob Noel sounds amazing. That show back in, what was that, March? April, start of April, was so fucking good. They were so fucking awesome. I'd waited so long to see Sublime. Obviously, Bradley Noel dies in like 96. His son is now like the singer. It's fucking awesome. It was a great thing. The album, I love it. Because we're going to Queensland next week, I'm just going full tropical gym. I love going tropical gym. And I'm just like, getting myself pumped by listening to the new Sublime album. It rocks. We've also got a new Menzingers album coming out in like 2 weeks. I'm so fucking excited for that. Love the Menzingers. But yeah, the new Sublime album, Schnitzel, I love it. It's fucking top notch. My boy Kieran sent through a great one as well on the IG that I missed. So he was talking about the Knicks game. So after the his point was, so after the tour de force of the president shutting down the first joy the Knicks fans had for decades, he wanted to know if he was able to choose the Knicks as a happy bystander. Is it wrong to pick a team to follow based purely on that team's supporters' shared hate? I love that. So, the point being, like, all of those fans hated the president being there, which is funny as hell, right? And so I'm here for Kieran, like, just going, I fucking respect the shit out of that. Would I be jumping onto a bandwagon of newest ever winning team? Or would I be hitching myself to a St Kilda Bengals thing where everyone knows their shit but hopes they shine just once while their fans are alive? Happy to be directed by you and your listeners' advice from now on. Will it be the Knicks? Will they be my team? Yeah, nah. I love this question. So I want to hear from everybody else. Like, Kieran sort of looking at this like as they're in, what's that? That's game 3. So they're in the finals. They're up. It all goes to shit in game 3 in hilarious fashion. Kieran writes this in. It's like, I like the Knicks. You know what? My entire thing is, I don't give a fuck about bandwagons, right? If you have an attachment to a team, no matter how tenuous, if you just like a team for any way, shape, or form, that can be your team. That's my approach. Like, why did I go for the Sonics when I was a kid? Love the logo. Love Sean Kemp. And the glove, of course. And then it just sort of grew into, like, you know, one of the great romantic loves of our time. Like, that's the cool thing about, like, you know, sports that you don't grow up with in your, like, you know, home country. You don't have, like, a personal familial attachment to. Like, you know, I grew up a Blues supporter in the AFL. Simple as that. Because why? Both sides of my mum and dad's family were Blues supporters. We were all Carlton supporters, and that was fucking that. The reasons for which are apparently lost to time, doesn't matter. Carlton supporter. Why am I also a Sun supporter? Well, we can talk about that on Footy Unfiltered. But still, basically, the Sonics, cool. And I remember going through this situation, like when the Sonics moved, like that's the time that you can go, ooh, I could have a new team. But because I've always said NBA Straya is like, I'm basically like a basketball agnostic. I understand that people have, you know, their guiding lights, and I respect that. That's fine. I just don't have mine. I don't believe in one for me right now. And that's fine. If I did, you know, I'd be all for it. That's why I have a lot of different hats and a lot of different fun t-shirts. But the point being, I'm still a Sonics fan. So if there's something in there that gives you joy from a team, go for it. I think that's how it goes, right? And if it's someone's shared hatred of another person or another fan base, I fucking love that as well. It's awesome. So go nuts. I'd love to hear what other people think about that one too. So send in your DMs, see what Kieran reckons. But I'm all for it. All for it. What about unpopular opinion of the day quickly?
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Can I just reiterate yesterday's point? With Kawhi on the Raptors now, I'd double down on keeping Jaylen Brown. Like, I don't know. I haven't heard it. I haven't listened to anything. I haven't read much about the Jaylen Brown trade shit today because we're busy. I have to assume that Celtics fans are fucking ropeable. I think it's probably funny. The flip side is as well, right? Like, what are we going to do now? Like, if you're the Celtics, you're like, oh, man, Kawhi is right there. OG and Bridges are right there. And now we're going to play against Jaylen Brown. We're fucked, right? That's kind of my point. I would have just doubled down on keeping him. As I said earlier, I assume that people aren't liking the trade. So I don't know if this is unpopular, but yeah, I hate the trade and I just would have kept him. And finally, Outback Takehouse. It's Thursday at Outback, and you know what that means. Oh yeah, 2 for 1 blooming onions. Goes great with your Toowoomba salmon and, I don't know, your fucking Mount Isa walnuts. Who fucking knows what they serve there? Anyway, today's Flame Grill take is Ben Simmons doesn't play in the NBA again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. I don't even know if that's an Outback Takehouse. So reading that Men's Health interview, I don't know if there's been an athlete so completely devoid of self-reflection, self-depreciation, and an understanding of where they stand in others' estimations, if that makes sense. Because that dude's fucked in the head. And that's, to be honest, he might actually genuinely be fucked in the head in a bad way. And that's something that's not good. And we probably shouldn't laugh about that. But because of that sort of weird entitlement arrogance thing, blaming Matisse, throwing Matisse under the bus, I understand, there are still the Simo defenders out there go, oh, but then Embiid threw him under the bus as well, and so did Doc. It's yeah. They all fucking had a pile-on, and it was dumb, and it was shit, and it was bad. And the way that Simmons reacted was fucking stupid as fuck, and arrogant as shit, and egotistical as fuck. And yeah, I don't see him playing in the NBA again. And I guess the Outback Takehouse is can we stop with the NBL stuff as well? Gross. Dude made fucking generational cash. He's not moving back to go play in Cairns. Let's just fucking pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. All right. But there you go. That's it for today. We will be back for a quick one again tomorrow to wrap up all the stuff that happens tonight and tomorrow. And hopefully something with LeBron happens, but, whatever. Either way, we'll sort of just go back and sort of talk out the biggest things that have happened, what's left, all that sort of gear. And then maybe if anything else happens over the weekend, maybe we do something on Sunday. But yeah, we're out on Monday and then we'll be off for a couple of weeks. So yeah, be pretty fun. So that's it. So we'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Australia on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube, of course. Check out NFL Straya. Jim does Supercoach. We put up the AFL Supercoach show today as well. What else? Yeah, Footy Unfiltrated for all your AFL gear. Nothing better. Rate, review, star, subscribe, comment, etc. on all of those shows on your podcast apps. Be really good if you just throw some comments in there on the YouTube, on the podcast reviews, all that sort of shit. Help a brother out. Be very much appreciated. You can also help support the show with buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song They Rule. So to House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinator, Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa Section, Green, and Dozers. They're buying all the tunes you hear on the show. Smash them on your music streaming platform of choice. Buy their shit as well. NBA Australia supports Australian bands. All right, that's it. Nothing at the end of this one because I've got to get out of here. It is already late, and we will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. There's NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? Hug your mates, and later, hosen.